For nearly all my life, I've enjoyed a strange fascination with cemeteries, because this is the end of the game. Everyone buried here was once like you and I are now, conscious, alive, moving about the earth, and regardless of who they were, regardless of what family they found themselves born into, regardless of what time period, what gender, what race, what socioeconomic class, everyone buried here had goals and dreams. Everyone had loves and secrets and fears and victories and defeats, and I'm hoping that maybe some even achieved their wildest dreams. But my educated guess is the vast majority probably did not. I've brought you to a cemetery to impress upon you one undeniable fact. Your life is right now. The game is in play, and the clock is counting down. It's all happening right now. This is not a dress rehearsal or scrimmage. This is your one and only life, the real thing. Now, if you have one true opponent in life, it would be time. Time keeps ticking downward to the game buzzer, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. There are no timeouts, and you don't get 3 lives like in video games. One life, a limited amount of time, and game over. Now, unfairly, some get way more time than others. One of the easiest ways to lose this game is to take for granted the 24 hours gifted to us each day. We so often make excuses that I'll get to my goals once this happens, or I'll chase that dream after that takes place. These are all big mistakes, terrible strategies. Now, we're going to briefly touch upon your productive use of time later when we delve into reprogramming. But what I'm hoping to convey in this video is an unspoken truth that you should remind yourself of every day. At the end of your life, at the end of your game, your greatest regrets will not be the disappointing things you've done. You won't dwell on the mistakes or failed attempts. Your greatest regrets will be those things you never did, never tried, the dreams you didn't go after, the words you never said, the forgiveness you never gave, the places you never traveled to, a whole bucket list of goals you delayed until it was too late. The game is now and the clock is ticking. I'm giving you the best information I have to help you win your game. Time is your most valuable asset, but it's also your opponent. Your winning strategies will require you to use your time effectively. Spend it wisely. The first advice I can offer on how to spend your time is this. Get through this course as quickly as you can so you can start reprogramming. The faster you change your programming, the faster your reality changes. So let's end this module discussing your homework assignment. There's a printout in the module beneath this video for you to complete. Now, in Module 1, I suggested that if you aren't experiencing your goals and dreams, it's because you're not playing the right game. Now, I want you to take some time and consider this. Before right now, what have you established as your opponent in life? What has been the one thing you see keeping you from your goals and dreams? Now, here's a list of common culprits. Or yours may not be on this list, but I want you to identify the biggest obstacle preventing you from experiencing your perfect life. And I want you to consider how your life would change if suddenly this thing was no longer an obstacle. Like if I could take a magic wand and get rid of this obstacle, what would be your confidence level that you could now definitely achieve your goals and dreams? Good. Now the second part of the homework is, now that this opponent has been eliminated, at least theoretically, what's your game plan? I want you to think of the major milestones you'll need to first achieve on the way to getting your goals and dreams. For instance, let's say you want to be a best-selling novelist. Well, here would be some of the major milestones I would think of needed to accomplish that goal. Number 1, you need to fashion a complete story. 2, you'd have to write the book. 3, find a publisher. 4, get some publicity. And 5, become a bestseller. I want you to stick with about 4 or 5 milestone markers, and each of these can be broken down further, of course. For instance, there's several steps involved with just writing the novel, including, plot structure and outlines and rewrites and finding a great editor and then copyright submission. But I want you to stick to the 4 or 5 major milestones you consider most significant to achieve your dreams. Again, if your goal is to, say, compete in an Ironman triathlon, it might be, get a swim coach, buy a bike, train, register for triathlon, and then complete the triathlon. I want you to please give this some serious consideration, because we're going to use this information later when we start reprogramming. So that's it. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.